5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Broadcasting worldwide from Pandemonium Studios in Cornwall, this is the Wal of Paine show on Phluid FM.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Wal of Paine here on Phluid Vision and Phluid FM with myself, Leo, bass driver Paine, alongside the ever efficient, ever studious, and ever happy to be around Neil Waters.
Thank you very much for that superlative introduction, Mr. Paine.
Thank you very much. I'm a little bit closer to. I just noticed my camera's really close to the plate because we had Jack in last week. A slightly different lineup, yeah.
You see where we cut off here under our mics?
Yeah.
Right. What the people at home can never see. Everybody's heard of that, like a swan,
yeah.
where we're graceful,
yeah.
and below the water level, it's all going mad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like that with preparing for the show generally with me, isn't it?
Always. One of these days, I said, Leo, we're going to turn up and it'll be like, oh God, everything's working and we've got half an hour. Should we just chill out and have a drink?
Yeah, that would
Never
be so
happens.
nice. Yeah, that would be so nice if we could do that.
Never happens. And again, tonight, new music from Ash.
Yes, fantastic. If you remember last week, folks, we had Ash on, didn't we? Along with Jack Ryder and Cameron Mills. It was a full house, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. That's Ash with 2 H's, everybody.
Yep.
New music and a live link for Rosa Hoadley coming up later in the show.
Yes, we shall have Rosa on. Fingers crossed that all works. I haven't tested that out either.
I do hope so.
And yeah, of course, apologies for last week's one, like because of the setup. Like I didn't hear that hits. I didn't have headphones, so
we'll have no hits.
But don't worry, I've sorted it out quite a bit on the on demand, so it'll be up on there soon. It's on our Facebook though, so check that out at Phluid Records on Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We've got Tipple of the Week. This week is the Owl and the Pussycat beer from our good friend Nick down at Black Flag Brewery in Perranport.
Yes.
We've got TrakLink sent in this week from Dawn Lee. Just been looking at that. I'm already confused. We've got Rufus Periwinkle back on full track there with a quiz. We've got to get Siege, of course, at some point to write a new piece of music going into season 3. And I know he's writing Dream Epic 2 at the moment, so there'll be some new stuff from Siege. All the usual chit-chat and gossip and stuff that you never knew you needed to know until you tuned in, and then you tune out and think, I don't know whether I still really need to know that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and of course, shout-outs to everyone in the chat rooms at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. We've got Bazza, we've got Claire and Ian, we've got Dawn Lee. Good shout-outs to you. Bazza was in there early, so special shouts to you too. And like I say, sorry for the slightly late start. We've got weekly gremlins at the moment, haven't we? It's because we keep on doing new things. That's the thing. Like
we're supposed to be slowing down for December, and if anything,
we're just keeping going. Like we've always got new stuff coming on. Like we've got our new interview room, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're gonna have lots of fun with lots of people in there, aren't we? Because obviously we can have much larger groups of people in, and we can even have some performances in there, which we've got some little things in the pipeline for that.
Well, we've got a new video coming up for a performance we did have in there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. Like, nice segue into that is like, indeed, we have done one, the Undercover Dungarees and Alternative Spoons video for Rock Project Plymouth. Big shout outs to Cameron Mills. Shout outs to his Dublin gig that he did last week. I hope that went well. That sounded manic.
To be sure, it went fantastically.
This is the thing.
Was that Dublin accent or was that more Belfast?
Well, I don't know. It depends what part you're from, and I don't have any clue of the geography of Ireland. Neither do I know how to do an accent either.
I barely have any clue of the geography above Exeter, if I'm completely honest.
Apologies to my Irish family out there. But no, yeah,
they'll be horrified.
Yeah. But obviously he was on with Ash last week, and he was doing the session that night as well, right?
Yep.
But I'm pretty certain, literally first thing the next morning, he was on a plane on his way to Dublin, and he was doing gigs over the weekend, and I think he was back like Monday morning or something.
We've said it before, Leo, the guy never sleeps.
Yes,
Bazza
exactly.
in the chat room, I think that's Rosa's stepdad. Barry from down in Perranport.
Welcome along.
Him and his lovely wife Demelza, recently married actually, run the Beyond the Sea Gallery, which is brilliant. And I know a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week, Demelza set Barry to cleaning the windows of the gallery so that they could put our sticker up. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you very much.
So we've got all that coming up after a bit of Land of the Giants, our good friend Andy Quick. followed actually by a bit of the Wonder stuff. And I'll also say our good friend Martin Bell on violin, who currently plays in the Black Friday band down in Cornwall, and who actually penned the Wonder stuff's biggest hit, Size of a Cow.
Brilliant.
Little known fact. We hobnob with musical royalty down here, don't we?
Of course, because we were obviously filming Andy Quick, weren't we? And we've got that up on our On Demand, and we shall be having some vision shorts of that going out on our Facebook. You'll find actually there's some exclusivity between our platforms at the moment. There's some things that are only on Facebook, only on YouTube, or only on our website. They will eventually be on all of them, but we're just mixing it up a little bit. But yeah, you'll catch some Andy Quick shorts coming up.
I don't like to talk about it, really, do we? We will talk about it. But
well, it's just like different people access things on different devices, don't they, and different platforms. So we try and cater for everyone. So if you want to catch Andy Quick live at the Box Plymouth, check that out at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk.
Lot to cram in, couple of tunes, TrakLink, and then Rosa Hoadley, as we say, coming up. So let's, Leo, crack on.
Indeed.
TrakLink.
We did it again. I love it. You play the TrakLink when we come back from the track that is not actually TrakLink.
No, but we've got to play the TrakLink because we got so much to get through. We've got to move straight onto TrakLink because in a minute Rosa Hoadley is going to be knocking at our metaphorical Zoom door.
Yeah,
I hope.
Really hope that works.
I hope she's.
Yeah.
If she isn't, it's all gone horribly wrong.
Hopefully everything's still the same way it was last week. I said that before we started this evening. That wasn't actually the case, was it?
No, we didn't think we'd moved anything, but it appeared that we'd moved everything.
Yeah, about 5 centimetres. That is all it takes.
So TrakLink sent in this week by Dawn Lee. I don't know where Dawn is at the moment. She's probably gadding about somewhere in Dubai or New Zealand or somewhere. But it's quite an odd one. The first TrakLink here is Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion.
Oh,
so
is it all French-Canadian artists? Is it all female French-Canadian artists who've married their producer?
Hang on a minute.
Is it all
no,
French-Canadian female artists who married their producer who sadly died since?
No, it isn't, because I can see the other two TrakLinks, but I do see where you're going with that, Leo. So let's play Celine Dion. Let's play Celine Dion even. Because You Loved Me. And stop looking at
no, damn.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to say a single word now because I've got it already. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just looked over and I've gone and got it.
First TrakLink, and we'll be back after this talking with, fingers crossed, Rosa Hoadley. Here we go. TrakLink number 1. Well, that was the first TrakLink which worked perfectly, which was Celine Dion and what's the title of that track? Because You Loved Me. And what else has worked fantastically is if everybody can see and everybody can hear. Rosa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay!
Success.
Worked.
There we go.
So just to say again, we were going, yay, we're joined by Rosa Hoadley in the studio. Rosa, from where? Where did you say you are currently at the moment?
So I'm up in the north of Scotland, about in between Inverness and Aberdeen, at a sixth form called Gordonston, which is really exciting.
Yeah. And you're studying?
I'm doing English literature, sociology and art.
English literature, sociology and art. That is a full schedule, is it not?
Very full, very intense.
and a particular favourite of those three, Rosa, or not?
Ooh, probably art. Yeah, the art department here is very cool, so I love going to art.
Oh, okay. And obviously we've got you on because you've just released would you call it an EP or a mini album of Shadowbox?
Yeah, I'd say EP, recently released, very exciting.
Yeah, so you're doing literature, you're doing sociology and you're doing art, but you're not studying music. So where did the music side of that come from? Or have you previously sort of studied music or grown up in a musical surrounding, so to speak?
Bit of both, really. I did music GCSE, which was very fun, but I've kind of grown up into music. My dad's a music teacher and my whole family is just very musical, both my sisters as well, so kind of grown up with it as well.
Okay, because talking to your lovely mum, Demelza, we'll give Demelza a wave. She was saying You should have come on with the classic, isn't it? You have to come on with the classic Hello Mum shirt.
I should have done. Missed my chance.
That used to be a thing back in the day, didn't it? When you were on TV, everybody had a Hello Mum t-shirt. But
it depends. Oops. I don't know. It depends. If you're north of the border, then you might have had a Glasgow Miles Better t-shirt, which you can see right now in Glasgow Museum. Actually, they've got a little exhibit about the whole Glasgow Miles Better.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Topical.
go. Yeah. Well, yeah. Up in Scotland there, because your mum also tells me, Rosa, that you play the piano and you also sing a cappella.
Well, yes. Yeah, I've done graded piano from a very young age. My grandma taught me how to play piano, my dad's mum, which was always very, very fun at points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of got me into it. And then a cappella, yeah, mostly my older sister does that though.
Oh, okay. And who's she? Should we give her a shout out?
Yeah, hi Sienna.
Fiona.
Sienna.
Oh, right. Okay, Sienna. Hi, Sienna. Because listening to your music, I did think that, I don't know if you're familiar with these artists, but to me, and I'm a big fan of Agnes Obel, and it sounded very Agnes Obel. She's a Swedish singer-songwriter who plays piano, and very, very Portishead, the band, obviously, from...
Oh, I love Portishead.
Ah, right. Okay, so... has that influenced then what you've done? Because to me it sounds very much like that, and I'm saying that in a very, very, very good way, because Portishead I thought was superb as a band.
Yeah, I've definitely had like lots of musical influences, and like I love Portishead and like Sade and things like that, like quite chilled out, like old school things, and like I think that's definitely influenced it quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it's very, very good. I mean, we've got a couple of tracks lined up to play. You've chosen these two, so introduce the first one, Rosa, and just talk us a little bit through it, and then we'll obviously play that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. So what's your first choice off the Shadowbox EP?
Ooh, we'll go for Muse first, I think.
Go for
Muse.
Muse, yeah.
So this was actually quite late recording into the EP. I think it was I recorded it actually like maybe a couple of weeks before we decided that it was going to be released and everything. Quite last minute, and I'm not sure, I hadn't written any music in a while, and then suddenly like this kind of came out of the blue, and I was like, oh, I like this. So I started like making it, was at the piano a lot, and just like messing around. I mess around on my laptop on GarageBand quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then I went into school because that's where the recording studio in Phluid Records is, and I met up with Darren, who is the producer, and I was like, right, let's do it, let's record, and just like it was just like did it as it came really, and kind of made it up on the spot a bit, parts of it.
Is that including the words as well, Rosa, making those up as you go, or did you have sort of a clear idea of what the words were going to be before you started?
No, very much with all my lyrics, I kind of just wing it a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look,
there's always...
introduce it. We're going to listen to Muse from Rosa Hoadley. This is your debut EP, is it not, Shadowbox?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're going to play this, and then we will come back, Rosa, and talk some more. This, I have to say, is beautiful. The whole EP is fantastic. Your voice is exceptional. I absolutely love it. Let's listen.
Oh, thank you so much.
I wanna be amused, but they're amused by it now. I say I'm so surrounded, but you keep asking how. You show me how I crossed the fever that you felt. I'm lost in the abyss, the one that you talked about. I find it kind of funny how I was just snatching from my sleep. In my fever, I feel your
sublime.
That is brilliant, Rosa.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can absolutely see what you mean when you say the Portishead feel with it. More Chiba as well, maybe. And who's the other ones?
See, I'm a big fan of more Chiba also, but Agnes Obel for me as well. But your voice, Rosa, is Leo said it. I think it's sublime. It's rich, and you're just saying as well. We're just talking off air while people were listening to that. You play around on GarageBand a lot, and if you're not playing the actual keys, you play sort of the keys in GarageBand and sort of put all the backing music and everything together for yourself.
Yeah.
Which is
from scratch.
And just for the record, Rosa, while everybody's listening, how old are you?
16.
Right. Okay.
God, you're no gentleman, are you? God,
no,
honestly.
but I'm just saying for
no, it's all right. You're old.
But the studying process that you're going through, like the literacy and already being able to play and put together music like that, the talent that comes through. We have a bit of an affiliation with some rock projects locally, which sort of work with children from 7 through to 17, and you're no exception to the rule here, Rosa. The talent that's coming through from these youngsters is just
this is one of the things
it?
that's really invigorating, actually, because having worked in music for so long, for me it's really, really gratifying and satisfying to see that there are young people such as yourself who actually have some serious musical chops, some really great production ideas, some really great talent. Because it's so easy to look at the top 10 today and just like hang your head in despair and think, God, what's the world coming to? Is this what the kids are listening to? And again, it's why I keep maintaining, no, I don't think it is. I think we have proven yourself this evening, and with the rock project with Ash last week, with the rock project with Undercover Dungarees, whose average age of that band was like 12 years old, and they're playing Foo Fighters and it sounds fantastic. Like I say, it's really encouraging to see that, and makes me really want to work more and more with all these young people.
When I listen to that, Rosa, because I started playing music when I was 16, drumming and whatever, and now I've come out the other side, it makes me now kind of want to start again, because there's that real sort of musical vibe at the moment coming through, and it is absolutely fantastic. But I was also going to ask you, because I mean we're both musicians here in the studio as well. Where do you get, because I'm always interested, why is it called Shadowbox? Where did that come from?
Well, it actually came from a photography project that I did for my GCSE.
Okay.
And the cover of the photo is actually from my GCSE outcome as well. So kind of like that, and then I don't know, one of the songs is called Shadowbox. Yeah. And I felt like it just kind of fitted the whole vibe of the album, so I just thought I'll call it that, and then the photo ended up going really well with it. So it's kind of just like all linking in with like different subjects and everything, which was really fun. But yeah.
So you're quite self-enclosed. You can pretty much sort of do the whole shebang. When you're working, did you say it's Darren? Did you say the producer?
Yeah, Darren Roberts. Yeah.
Okay, so when you work with Darren, is that something also, when he's doing all the production, is that something that you're sort of watching what he does and you'd like to get involved more as well with that? Do you help him with the production, or is that kind of a closed book to you?
No, definitely. And like, I think it's like a bit of both really. Like, he'll always ask my input and things and like what I want to do, and like I'll always give him ideas. And it was kind of like a back and forth type of thing. Like, we work really well together. And actually at my new school here, I'm gonna start learning how to use the recording studio myself, which will be really fun. So can't wait for that.
And you can cram that in also with the 3 subjects. You know that,
and you know
what? It's going to be a bit of a push.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly how I started. Was at school. We had this setup that literally no one used, and it was like a really old Atari ST computer with a keyboard, with MIDI, and a sound module and a mixer. No one else used it. I saw it in the cupboard and I was like, oh, do you mind if I get into that? And luckily, like, the teacher let me get into it, and I'd like go in on lunch times or after school and use it. And that's what got me into recording the music, because I was playing and producing and making so much. So it's a fantastic thing to do, because it gives you so much empowerment going forward, because you can creatively mould your own tracks, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've been really lucky as well with like having support from teachers and like parents, obviously, but just being so supportive towards like just trying to get me to be like so creative and just like letting me be independent as well. Like it's really important. I think like it's definitely getting better now at like pushing students and children to be more creative in their own space, which is really important, I think.
At risk of sounding like the terrible careers advisor that used to come into our schools and ask you at 11, what do you want to do with your life? Is music where you want? I mean, it sounds like, Rosa, that you've got your a broad spectrum of things that you're studying and already capable of doing. Is music kind of your thing you want to do?
I think I definitely want to carry on with it. I would love it. I would love if it could be a main career, but I want to keep my options open at the minute.
Absolutely.
Definitely something creative, but yeah, I will always want to carry on with music. I love it.
Very wise. I have an inside line here. Your Barry will probably say you shouldn't have said that, because I was talking to Barry the other day because he drove up to Scotland to see you. He said, I had Rosa in the car the other day and she just went quiet for a minute and then she turned around and said, how can I get really rich without doing anything? Which he said, which he said was a typical thing that Rosa says.
Well, set up your own Bitcoin exchange. I hear that Bitcoin is a good way to scam a bit of money for not doing very much.
Yeah, but I just love that as a question. I mean, what a very valid question, though, because there's a lot of people out there that would love the answer to that, Rosa. So if you find out what that answer is...
Well, I've got it for you.
I'll let you know.
I've got it. No, I've got it. If you can achieve it, it's passive income through residuals.
Oh,
there you go. That's why, so look into getting your music into TV shows. For example, Artificial Pleasure, they were in Mozart of New York, and this is where a lot of things can, you can actually get a lot of coverage, but also some actual money.
Oh, there's a serious
doing your
answer.
music. So no, genuinely, if you can achieve it, then you can get good fat residuals on, like, say you manage to get something into, say, a show like Friends. You know what I mean? Like, then you're going to be living on that gravy train for a good long time.
Yes, you need to write a Christmas number one, Rosa. But before you write a Christmas number one, Noddy Holder from Slade makes £750,000 every year purely through Here It Is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun.
Those tasty residuals.
And Chris Rea, and I've heard it on the radio already today, makes about £500,000 every year from driving home for Christmas. So there's your answer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I know.
Doesn't get him there any quicker, though, does it?
No, well, when there was a petrol crisis, they said he should start walking in September. But, Rosa, your second track we're going to play, tell us a little bit about that. If you can remember which one you told me, I'm putting you on the spot now. I'll give you a clue. Shall I give you? It's Who Knows. That's it. Well done.
There we go. So I think Who Knows was a bit of like a change up in the EP, just because a lot of it is very like calm and like chilled out, and then I think I wanted something a bit more like upbeat, and especially to end off the album on like a bit of a good note. So I wanted to make one that was a bit more upbeat and like, I don't know, I just wanted it to be fun and like relaxed, but also like be able to, I don't know, just really like upbeat compared to the others.
Okay. You just mentioned relaxing there, so we've got a question here. Ask Rosa. You might guess who this question's come from when I read it out. Ask Rosa, is sleeping an important part of the process?
Very important. Need my beauty sleep.
Well, you do, because it's creative for the brain.
Yeah, and if you don't get it, you end up looking like Cameron Mills.
There you go.
Sorry, Cameron, that was too easy to let go.
So sleeping is a very important part of the process then, Rosa?
Yes. Yes.
Right, okay, so this is the last track on the EP then, Who Knows, upbeat. We'll play this, we'll come back and we'll have another quick little chat.
Please don't try and take me, I don't wanna seem crazy, I think they're trying to shame me, but then you go and save me, so who knows, pulling through my sleep at night, I'm trying to see a different light, I don't wanna meet daylight, but now I feel dissatisfied, so
I love that as well. I love everything about this EP, Rosa. It really is. I can't, because you like we said when we were off air, somebody that you know tells you something. Oh, you know, my daughter does this or my son does that, and then you think, and they'll go, oh, listen to it. And your mum sent me the link to Spotify, and I thought, I really hope I do enjoy this, because so you can go back genuinely and say, oh, that's fantastic. And I literally just listened to it, as I say, and just thought, yeah, that is absolutely outstanding. I forwarded it on to our good friend Cameron Milson, the Rock Project, because he has a show that he plays up in Exeter called True Radio, which is kind of national. He is responsible for all new music, and because we do a lot for him, it almost makes us by proxy responsible for some new music if we can get links up to him as well. So
absolutely, well, that's what it's all about, spreading new music as far and wide as possible.
So that release has just come out, Rosa. Are you already writing new stuff?
Yes, I am. I haven't had much chance just because I'm so busy at the minute.
I can't imagine why.
Christmas. But hoping in Christmas to start another album, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. But yeah, started making a couple of songs and hopefully going to try and get into the studio up here and start learning how to use it myself up here as well to get a head start on that, which is really exciting.
Actually, I've got a question with that as well. You say you use GarageBand?
Yeah.
What do you use it on?
My laptop. It used to be on an iPad.
It used to be an iPad, because I was going to say we finally found one. We found someone that uses GarageBand not on an iPhone 13 or an iPad, because I've done work with several people now. I'm doing some work with Robin Dilnot from Callywood College, who we'll be seeing again next week.
No, Rosa. It says we're running out of time.
It does.
Rude.
That's all right. We got 10 minutes left. But yeah, so I'm working with her, and she produced this tune on her, I think it was her iPad on GarageBand. And at the beginning of the year, I did a tune called "I Thank You" by Lynn Raja, and that was produced entirely on an iPhone 13. And I've been saying, as we've been going along through the series, just how amazing it is what you can do with a handheld device these days. But it's also nice to hear someone's actually using a laptop, because GarageBand is quite powerful. You know, you're only 2 steps away from Logic Pro. If you get on board with that, you'll be cooking up wicked tunes on Logic Pro in no time.
It's really amazing how accessible it is. But Lonely Hours on the EP was actually made completely on an iPad.
Fantastic.
From me, and then I took it into Darren, and he's just like, oh wow, it's done then. That's it.
Wow.
So that kind of just went straight on, which was really cool.
And then you literally just layer the vocals over in the studio.
See,
not even on the studio, I think, on that one. I think I just used headphones actually. All the rest were in the studio, but Lonely Hours I just kind of threw it in, a bit of a last minute decision.
It's the same. Same with Lynn. She went out to her car because they got thin walls in her house, and sat in her car with just the ear headphones, earbuds, and microphone, and recorded her vocals on that. And I mean, this is the thing. I'd love to have a meeting of producers and engineers to talk about how many of us are now getting so many projects in that are coming from iPads and GarageBand and iPhones, because it does change your production flow. It does definitely change it a little bit.
I did see something not long ago as well, Rosa, that somebody making a movie, and one person had used an iPhone and the other person had used obviously all the movie cameras, and they released the two side by side, and it was like, which one's filmed on all the cinematic cameras and which one's filmed on the iPhone, and it's very, very difficult. I mean, obviously you've got to know what you're doing, but it was very, very difficult to tell. So I mean, going through all those and growing up as you are now, I mean, we didn't have any of this, so you're growing up obviously alongside this technology. So as the new technology to help you, I guess, comes out, you can very quickly jump on that, and quick to learn. If it's going to help you, I need to know this new process.
Yeah, I think it is. It's really good though. I think because it's so much easier to access it, and so I think it's great for the creatives, especially. Just be able to just go and do it in your free time. It's just so easy to get it. So I think it's definitely, rather than having to wait to get into a studio and doing that, you can just make little things, little ideas, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to have to get into a studio even to do a demo, really, back in the day, and then that wasn't even a polished performance. So I mean, it is incredible. What sort of music, Rosa, do you listen to? You mentioned Shada. You said you love Portishead. What sort of other things do you kind of listen to and imbibe, as it were, to kind of think, oh, that's a nice hook, that's a good idea, that's something I could work with? Or because I think as a musician you tend to listen to everybody else's songs and kind of break them down. It is difficult, isn't it, once you've started creating, to kind of listen to music without critiquing it, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I find that whenever I listen to music, I'm always picking bits out and going, oh, I like that, I'll have to steal that idea. But no, I'd say I have a very wide variety of music. I think I've always been introduced into so many different things. I find it so difficult when people ask me oh, what's your favourite music style? I can't pick one. But yeah, just anything and everything basically, as much as I can listen to.
Very eclectic. Very eclectic.
Yeah.
Right. Rosa, we've only got a couple of minutes left. We could speak with you all night because you're so lovely to talk to and you've obviously got quite a passion for what you do, which is fantastic. We'll have you back on again. I mean,
would you be up for coming on for longer again? Yeah, maybe an hour or so. Come on in the future.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. When you put your next EP out, I was almost going to say record. Then shows how old I am. When you put your next download out. Also, just a last quick question before you go, Rosa. Are you doing anything live up in Scotland? Do you go out and sort of play live in pubs and clubs, etc.?
Oh, no, I haven't yet actually, but I really want to. I think definitely, hopefully over Christmas and next summer down in Cornwall, I'll definitely try and get some gigs and things. And I'll speak to Darren Roberts because he's great at arranging all these different amazing opportunities. We actually performed in Italy over the summer. We went on tour, which was really incredible. So yeah, I love performing live, and I hope to do some more in the future.
Yeah, if you do come down to Cornwall and get on that, Rosa, let us know.
Yeah, we'll come down and record it.
Absolutely.
We'll film it. Yeah, absolutely. And put it out on the channel. Also, I was going to say two things. Number one, if you need a harpist and you're looking in the local area, my cousin Sophie Rocks is a fantastic harpist in your area.
Ooh.
She's up there around the Glasgow
that's
area.
Something that would be nice.
Yeah, she'll be doing some gigs over Christmas, some in the centre of Glasgow. And also, can you let everyone know where to find you online, find your music? Where's the easiest to catch up with all of the latest on you?
So all of my music is available on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, every other YouTube music. And if you want to catch up with me, my Instagram is rosa.rosahoadley. So I've just recently started my music Instagram. So I'll be posting updates about my new album and things on there. And just, able to keep up to date with what I'm doing on there.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, we're going to have to say goodbye, Rosa. But it is lovely. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been so good.
Yeah, and everybody out there, get onto Spotify or YouTube or whatever, as Rosa said, all the platforms, and have a listen to Rosa Hoadley Shadowbox. You will not be disappointed. It's addictive.
Yes.
That's one word I use to describe it. That will go in the newspaper column.
We'll be playing plenty more as the weeks go on.
We will. Yeah. Cheers, Rosa.
Thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you so much. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We've got to do.
It might just cut her off.
Oh no!
I what people may have noticed there is me fiddling around. I was holding up a little card saying 4 minutes left, and then waggling my finger for 1 minute left. Yeah.
You know what we've got to do? Wasn't she lovely, Rosa Hoadley? There, and the music is outstanding. It is really, really sublime, though, and it's lovely to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really, really great stuff. Check it out online, people. Like she said, all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all the good stuff, and yeah, really fantastic tunes. If you're in our sort of age groups, it will definitely be indicative of some of the really cool stuff we got. We were lucky to get throughout the 90s. There's some really nice production techniques going on there. Shout outs to a producer as well. What was his name, sorry?
Darren Roberts. Darren Roberts up in Scotland there.
Yep, doing some great work there. And props as well, taking stuff from GarageBand. We're all doing that a lot these days, aren't we, mate?
And we're going to play now I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, which is our second TrakLink sent in by Dawn Lee. The first one being Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. And then after we've heard from I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Aerosmith, we will be coming back with Tipple of the Week. We are racing through this show.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
See you in a mo. That's a good song. I haven't heard that for a long time.
Yeah, it's probably one of their better known ones. Yeah,
I can't think of the singer's name.
What?
Aerosmith. What's his name? He did Run DMC with Walk This Way. What's his name?
Stephen Tallarico.
Stephen Tyler
Tallarico.
Yeah.
Stephen Tallarico. His real name is Stefan Tallarico. His nephew is Tommy Tallarico, who used to make video game music and then more famously recently scammed everyone out of a lot of money for the Intellivision console that doesn't exist.
There's a bit of interesting background on the Aerosmith family for everybody.
That's the interesting background. That isn't so saucy. We were talking about that earlier, little Liv Tyler.
Yes, well, that was that. So, Because You Love Me, Celine Dion, and then followed by I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith are our 2 track links so far, which leads us beautifully into, Leo, what time of evening is it?
Tipple of Noel
time.
Yes, it is. Did you see last week's video? Like, I need to get the little clipping out of that. Because when we did the triple pull, it was epic, man.
It was.
We got a fantastic sound sample out of that.
Yeah, say hi to Al and Alice, who may be listening or watching or watch this later, because I sent them the clip, and I saw Alice today, who is another customer that I collect gin from in Perranporth, and they've become good friends. They came to see the band, and she said she loved the way that Jack just didn't wait for anything and straight into the drink without even smelling it or anything. So that was fab. Yeah. So, this week's Tipple of the Week, Leo, we have from our good friend Nick down at Black Flag Brewery in Perranporth. Mm-hmm. It's all about Perranporth this week. Rosa's from Perranporth. Well, born in Truro, I think, but the shop's in Perranporth, the brewery's in Perranporth, and this is another espresso stout, and it's called, as you can see by the label, The Owl and the Pussycat, who went to sea in the beautiful pea green boat, unless I'm very much mistaken. And as I say, it's an espresso stout. And
Nope, it's not. It's not.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
that's
it
what
technically
Nick told
is.
Me it wasn't he brewed it.
Oh, really? Okay, because the tasting note said, well, we'll see in a moment, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it is, but I was kind of thinking there's a sort of dry irony to if the tasting notes are accurate and the title of it is accurate, then there's a dry irony between the tasting notes and the percentage.
Well, a breakfast stout.
There you go.
Yes,
it's a
at 7%, guys.
Exactly. What sort of breakfast is that, man?
It's the breakfast that you have when you're going to leave the car firmly in the garage, I think.
Yeah, that's probably like a Christmas Day, Boxing Day sort of thing. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. What did you have for breakfast this morning? I had a can of the Owl and the Pussycat stout, because
sadly there was a day where that would be me, actually, but yeah.
So, should we kill Siege?
Yep, once more.
We're going to go for a double opening. It was a triple opening last week, so let's see if we can. So we'll go 3, 2, 1 open.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Cheeky. And unfortunately, we're going to have to be really uncouth this week, because we haven't.
Once again, we've had a crisis in the glasses section. Yeah, but let's have a little nose while we have a little look at the tasting notes on this one. Oops.
Oh, that is very It's got a chocolate overtone.
It does, doesn't it?
It does have a very chocolate overtone, and it says it's a breakfast stout brewed with organic cocoa. So there you go. There's the chocolate that we've got. And what's it tasting like? Ooh. Yeah. That's cheeky.
Yeah, it's very smooth again. This is a very, very smooth flavour.
And I think we're, like you say, a breakfast stout, guys. Yeah. If breakfast stout, if you're not driving, and remember, drink responsibly.
Yes.
Unless it is Christmas, and then drink irresponsibly, and have a few of these for breakfast after the Bucks Fizz has run out. Or indeed, before the Bucks Fizz has run out. Not being a fan of Bucks Fizz. But, there's the tasting notes.
I'm going to do a slightly different way. I thought I'd loaded them up, but I don't know.
Organic coffee beans, organic cocoa nibs.
Oh, look, there you
thick
go.
And tasty. Now, if you go onto their website, which I think Leo will put all of this information up on our Facebook and website, and you get a link to Black Flag Brewery, because they very kindly provided us with some beers back in the summer, some of their lovely session IPAs as well. Their whole ethos of this micro brewery down in Perranporth is the environment. And we can see there it's organic coffee beans, organic malts, organic cocoa nibs, and I think I read somewhere on their website that their sort of whole modus operandi from locally sourced and locally growing is very, very low impact on the environment, which is fantastic.
I remember the last time we had some, I was going to look around there, but obviously we have cleared the previous row.
Crikey, you wouldn't want many of those for breakfast, would you, Leo?
Well, again, it kind of depends what your lifestyle is. But no, actually, like this, it has a really great deep colour. It looks really good, actually. Like just looking at it, it's got like a really nice sort of caramelized look to it. Very smooth on the palate. It slinks across the palate nicely with a smooth sort of viscose nature.
Yeah.
That isn't too sticky, but leaves you with a nice idyllic coating of coffee and cocoa.
I tell you what, I'm going to say, not potentially so in depth, but I know these two breweries follow one another. They're sort of far enough apart not to be competition, because we had the good espresso stout in last week. Their espresso stout was very much getting the coffee. This one, I'm going to say, is very much more getting the chocolate. So I would
agree with that. Yeah,
they are similar, but they are different.
You know what? If I was to say Maltesers, would you get a little bit of that? I mean, it's not very malty, but it's when you say chocolate, it's that sort of chocolate smoothness.
Like the honeycomb. Yeah, so you've got that bite of
little bite, tiny bite of malt.
Yes, yeah. Well, you suggested last week. You said Christmas pudding, and that's all I could taste. Then was Christmas pudding. Well, look, while we're imbibing that, I've got a little bit of information, not about the brewery, because we try and play a piece of music while we have a drink. This fact surprised me as well, because I was looking for somebody. We always look for musicians or bands to do with the area. Educated at Truro School and the lead of many popular Cornish bands in the 60s, including a band called The Reaction, it all changed for Roger Meadows Taylor when he moved to London to study dentistry. Instead, he formed one of the biggest rock bands in history, Queen.
Well, as you do, yeah.
So he was born in Truro, Roger Taylor, played in a local band, went to London to study dentistry, and then decided to form Queen instead. So
incidentally as well, I went to the uni that they met Freddie at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so did the good lady driver. We went to Thames Valley. I went there for
Queen
my secondary.
facts, everybody.
Yeah, and they're a student union's bar is called Freddie's.
Oh,
and if I remember right, I think that might even be, could be wrong about this, but I have a strong feeling they may have actually played one of their gigs as Smile. Do you remember that, anyone? Smile, before they were Queen?
No.
They conveniently, I think, completely ignored that in that terrible biopic with Remy Malek in it. But yeah, like they were in Smile briefly beforehand, and I'm pretty certain that's where they did one of their gigs, was actually at that university.
No way.
Yeah,
well, here is one of the songs that Roger Taylor wrote. Doesn't need any introduction. I don't think the Queen track does. So whilst we have another couple of sips of our delicious Owl and Pussycat beer, here's a little bit of Queen. Radio Gaga there.
Yes, Radio Gaga. I used to love the video for that when I was younger, although it is kind of topical because I was watching Metropolis the other week, the original Fritz Lang Metropolis, which I do advise anyone, watch that film. It's really amazing. It really is pretty amazing. And there's some people out there who've done these crazy 4K AI upscales in full colour, and that's really weird to watch, knowing that film was made, I think, in 1926, I think it was, or thereabouts, and now you can watch it in full 4K and colorized. It's crazy, but great film.
Mental.
Yeah, go watch Metropolis. Obviously Radio Gaga used the footage from Metropolis. Well, the thing is, I think I found out more about that. It turns out that there's a remake or reissue of Metropolis, because obviously there's a few versions of it, and it's been lost to time in some aspects and stuff like that. But one version was made by a musician, and he put together a load of music videos to go along with it, and that Queen video, Radio Gaga, was part of that whole thing, that whole project. I wish I could remember who it was that made it.
I do love Queen. What a great band. And interesting that Roger Taylor, I didn't know he was born in Truro, and he played in loads of local bands. There you go.
Yeah,
You're living and learning.
Yeah.
Should we have a quiz, Leo?
Time for a quick quiz, is it?
We've got a quiz, again sent in from Rufus Periwinkle, which I think has been called the 6 out of 6 quiz. And like Leo and I have said, right, we never get 6 out of 6. These questions, Rufus, need to be, what is your name? Which Leo needs to be... multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple choice in one of them. Yeah.
And literally, like, how do you spell cheese or something? So we got a quiz coming up. We'll go straight from the quiz into TrakLink.
Much like Jack in the Bill, I've just got straight into it. Straight
and then we've got new music from Ash coming up in the last half an hour of the show, as well as all the answers to the quiz and TrakLink and some other great music. This show just sails along.
We've always got new stuff coming up all the time. It's great, and massive shout outs to all our listeners, all our viewers. Like I say, we're like I think we're just over 2,000 views on our videos now.
Yeah.
We've had some ludicrous amount of listening time on Mixcloud, like thousands and thousands of minutes.
Massively appreciated.
Which I will actually give a PSA. Mixcloud have changed their policy, so there will be a brief pause in our uploads to Mixcloud, the on demand for Phluid FM.
While we wait for a sponsor to pay for us to play through Mixcloud. Anybody out there listening who wants to bung us a tenner a month.
If you want to help us out with that, it would be very much appreciated. And you can do that by joining the Phluid Records crew at fluidrecords.co.uk / join the crew.
What a segue.
Or by buying some of our merch at fluidrecords.co.uk / merch.
Get the merch, anybody listening. Claire and Ian have saying about Owl and the Pussycat. Look, that's a Mayday breakfast.
Yes, Mayday breakfast, yeah.
Which I definitely think, Claire, it is.
Fun fact, Brian May's red special guitar was made by him and his dad out of an old fireplace, which is true. Yes, they used the mantelpiece to make the bodywork, but also the kickstart off of his Enfield...
Oh, wasn't the tremolo bar?
Yes, was the tremolo bar, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Claire and Ian, who I'm going down to have a couple of drinks and a game of snooker with on Saturday afternoon / evening, seem to have the inside track on so much music info. And I've said to Claire that in the new year they should come over and come on the show, and they are going to do that.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so that'll be great. So we will have Claire and Ian in the studio.
Excellent.
They are a force majeure.
Perfect reason to break out a new interview room, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely,
a few tipples of the week.
Oh, a few tipples of the week. Ian will get through a few tipples of the week.
Following up on that special guitar for Brian May, the amp that you used was special as well. In fact, I will tell you, we can add that onto the quiz. If anyone out there can tell us what's special about the amplifier that Brian May and Queen used, then you get a bonus point on our quiz.
Okay, and Rufus Periwinkle has strictly said, Leo, we are not allowed to collaborate on this quiz. So you have yourself a piece of paper.
It's also called the Very Easy Music Quiz.
It better be very easy, Rufus.
Easy music quiz.
You have a pen.
Go.
You have a piece of paper, and I have a pen, and I'll have a piece of paper.
I found the pens. That's unusual, isn't it?
Incredible, and I bought a spare one round. So we've got too many pens in the studio this week, which is first. But then is the first time for everything. So we'll have a quiz. We'll play our final TrakLink, and we'll come back with the answers. It looks like Leo's already struggling.
I've mind blank straight away.
Okay, let's go, Leo. Let's have the question.
Okay.
That's French for questions for anybody out there who doesn't know that.
Okay, question. Sorry, I'll get that in a sec. Question number 1. Who recorded Funky Stuff and Jungle Boogie? Jungle Boogie. Get it on. Yes, I do know this, but I literally mind blank.
And it's used on the Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
Yes.
Jungle Boogie with a get. Oh, I know. Oh no. Oh yes.
Do you know how many times I've dropped that in funk mixes?
Okay. Question 2.
It will come back to me, but yeah. Question number 2. Lady Gaga released 2 collaborative studio albums with which legendary artist?
Question number 3. Have a little sip of this breakfast.
I'm still thinking about that one.
You'll have to think off air.
No, I'm writing it down.
Okay.
There you go. Right. Number 3. Who is the youngest person to headline the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury? Oh, I think the better question is, were they any good? The youngest person. Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
Possibly
I mean,
not.
if that is the answer, then the answer to my question of any talent, no, they weren't.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 4.
Question number 4.
We have to remain impartial on this show, Leo.
You telling me that Kanye's version of Bohemian Rhapsody was something that anyone needed to hear?
I'm not telling you
that.
I'm
Happened.
saying that
we let it happen, just in the same way that the Dancing on the Street video with Mick Jagger and David Bowie happened, and we let that happen.
Well, for evil to prevail, all that has to happen is that good men do nothing.
Exactly.
Right, question number 4.
There's a lot of good men doing nothing the day that video was shot, trust me.
I think good men must have all gone to the pub.
Yes, absolutely. Right. They took one look at David Bowie's jumpsuit and said, I'm out of here.
The only great thing about that David Bowie and Mick Jagger video is when they take the music away and they do that one on
squeaky
YouTube.
Feet and everything.
Which is brilliant, I have to say, guys.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, right, sorry.
Number 4. Sorry, let's get back to
It's strange for us to digress and go off the point.
Yeah.
We never do that. Right.
Red, 1989 and Folklore are all albums by which pop artist?
That's
this one as well.
Simply Hucknall. Yeah. Okay. Number 5.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, of course it is. Number 5. According to Oasis, who knows it's too late?
Okay.
Their manager, once they started fighting.
I think I'm doing all right on this one.
Yeah, I think you are. I'm not sure.
Question number 6.
Number 6. Which song has the lyric "This hit, that ice cold, Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold"?
Say those lyrics again.
This hit, that ice cold, Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold. Stop. Collaborate.
That's what I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of the name of the
You other MCs, you're all faking. I slap you down like a pound of bacon.
No, but I'm really going nicely.
Is it concerning that we know the lyrics to that?
Will it ever go? No. Turn up the machine like a candle.
Have you heard the metal version of that? Have you heard his actual
Leo's version?
No, not Leo Maracchioli. The original artist is a scream death metaler now, and he did a redo of that, and it's mint. It is so much better than the original. It's so good.
I got it. You know what we've got to do though, Leo?
Yes, it's
so whilst we're
one thing after another.
Whilst we're listening to, we will work out the answers to these questions, and then after we'll give out the answers to the questions.
Is it because we haven't had call to use the trumpeter this week? You got to replace it.
I've got to press a few times. So the first one was "Because You Loved Me," Celine Dion. The second one, "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing," and the third is "If I Could Turn Back Time." If I could turn back time, I wouldn't have pressed the button quite so often. So "If I Could Turn Back Time" by Cher is going to be your third. I won't do it again, TrakLink.
Thank God.
And here it is. 3, 2, 1, we're back in the room. I tell you what we've got tonight. We've got a lot of songs with a fade out.
Yeah.
Which is quite good because we can predict the end coming up. There's the Cher. Fantastic.
We can give YouTube a challenge can you work out what this tune is from the last 4 seconds, which it can.
Will we get a copyright strike?
So far we haven't had a strike. We just had flag. Oh, we've noticed you've got some copyright material in there. Yay. Literally from 4 seconds of the end of an Ozzy Osbourne tune. It's literally just a guitar chord. How
do they know? They're better than Soundhound and Deezer.
I've known about this for a long time. You can encode stuff into the waveform. For example, if you play the last track or the hidden bonus track on The Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails, if you play that through a spectrograph, you can see Devil's Head in the audio frequencies, and there's a Aphex Twin tune. I can't remember which one in particular it is, but if you play the end of that, it's got a picture of Richard D. James's head.
Excellent. Talking of 9 Inch Nails, they're currently on tour. They came up on our Instafeed setting up to play some sort of amphitheatre over in Italy, which looked very, very good. There used to be this whole thing, didn't it, with the death metal bands like Venom and so on, that if you played the album backwards, it would be some satanic message.
No, that was the Beatles. If you played it forwards.
Oh, if you played it forwards, it was some sort of satanic message.
Have you ever read-
It was the Beatles.
You ever read John Lennon's flipping poetry, man? Like that dude had issues, man.
Oh. But anyway, Leo, there we go. So that's TrakLink is completed. You think you know. We haven't had any guesses in on the chat room, and I'm not sure that I know. That's quite a deep TrakLink for me. I'm not quite sure that I can get any connection. But
Dawn Lee in the chat room there saying dreadful songs on TrakLink, and Claire and Ian saying bloody awful song about the answer to the quiz. I'm
Dawn
sure.
Lee says dreadful songs on TrakLink.
Yeah,
Dawn Lee sent them in.
Was it hers?
Yeah, terrible, Dawn. Don't even like your own TrakLink.
Is it Claire and Ian asking? Is it comeback songs?
Okay.
Did Cher come back?
I like Cher. I have to say that I like Cher. I like her as an actress better than a singer. I think in Mermaids and things like that, she's very, very good. I do like her. I'm not sure that I would favour her singing, but as I say, we remain impartial.
Sounds like a bloke though.
But shall we have some questions?
Can you imagine being in a passionate embrace with Cher and then she turns around, "I love you, darling." You know, it just.
No, well, I know.
I mean, she's
I'm opening the quiz
like
results.
6'8" as well. It'd be a bit of a difficult embrace for someone as short as I.
I think on the quiz.
Opening the answers.
He's come out of retirement.
We almost made it for a whole damn episode. We literally had 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to go. If you want something, let me know, because that trumpeter's going to blow, because I've got 21 minutes to go. Go.
Right. Let's get rid of him.
I love the way I deleted him from the playlist. Yeah, you managed to get him back in.
What we need is a gunshot so that you can and he's gone. I feel that I may have done reasonably well on this quiz. I know that the first one's not going to be right, and as soon as you read it, I am going to kick myself because it's either from Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs. But let's have the answers. Leo,
I should also highlight, it says on the answers, no cheating, I've got no envelopes to hand. ... No, found some. Oh, yeah, there you go.
No, and it's not Earth, Wind and Fire then.
No, of course not. And of course I should know this because I've remixed several of the tunes over the years.
Go on.
Okay, so question 1.
I know it's
was, of course, if I just refer to the question, who recorded Funky Stuff and Jungle Boogie, which Funky Stuff again was like what really started, like it was on my mind straight away, and then it went.
Go on.
Kool and the Gang.
Of course, well, I got Earth, Wind and Fire, but I knew it right. Kool and the Gang. Right, second question.
Lady Gaga released 2 collaborative studio albums with which legendary artist?
Elton John?
No. Legendary artist. Not predatory. Damn, that's going to get us struck on YouTube.
Hang on. Who's that at the door? Hello, this is the CID. Apparently, you've been casting aspersions against Mr. John.
No, Sir.
Oh, Sir, Mr. John.
Sir John.
So it's not Elton John?
No.
It is.
No, it's exactly who I thought it was. Tony Bennett.
Oh, really?
Tony Bennett, yeah, because she's got a real thing for Tony Bennett, man.
No way. Right, question number 3.
Who would have thought? Question 3 is, who is the youngest person to headline the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury?
I've put Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, if that were true, then potentially 2 answers would have been weird little redhead goblin freaks. But it isn't. It's actually a weird little green-haired goblin freak. Billie Eilish.
Oh, good grief.
Actually, that's quite harsh. Like, I should be fair. She's moderately talented, but...
Please tell me that question 4, the answer is simply Mick Hucknall.
No, we got that one wrong as well. So, actually, luckily, there are no redhead little goblins in this one. Number 4 was Red, 1989, and Folklore are all albums by which pop artist. 1989 should really have been the one to twig you, because they also released another one called, like, 19-something, or another year. It was... Well, I mean, let me give you this clue. Every song is about an ex-boyfriend. Oh,
is it, what's her name?
Exactly.
Hello, It's me.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Her songs aren't about ex-boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
I think she's yet another one that married her producer.
Right.
You was thinking of Adele there. Okay, I'll give it to you. It's the one who makes music that's solely about ex-boyfriends, Taylor Swift.
Okay, got that wrong as well.
Yeah.
Now I hope I don't get any right, but I know I've got the next one right.
She gives
because
me real
Sally
vibes.
is the answer to the Oasis tune.
Well, yeah, according to Oasis, who knows it's too late? It's
And so Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by. I hate the fact that the only one I've got right so far is the bloody... Oh, can't say bloody because we'll get...
No, you go for it.
It's
We're all right with
the
that.
flipping Oasis
No,
one.
we're all right with that. We're
Right.
okay with that. It's just our feature like that we had is probably a little
bit racy.
Yeah, a bit racy.
Fruity.
Number 6.
Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. Dum 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 dum. No?
Which song has the lyric, "This hit, that ice cold, Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold"?
Oh, is it a Will Smith tune? No. Is it Snoop Dogg?
This hit, that ice cold, Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you.
Oh, Bruno
Uptown
Mars.
Funk gonna give it to you. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you.
Bruno Mars. Don't believe in the hype. Ba, 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 ba,
Yeah.
ba, 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 ba. What a great tune. Let's play that next week. So I got 1, Leo, out of 6. How many did you get?
I got 1.
I'm going to write the quiz next week, and I'm actually going to do the quiz, and I bet I still only get 5 out of 6, even though I've done it.
Yeah, I really should have got 2. Should have got 2.
I think we need to go to some idiot and say, can you write us a quiz, please?
I think like having extra hours of sleep would help me.
Did anybody out there, Claire and Ian said 2?
Yeah, they got 2.
They got 2 in the quiz, so they beaten us. And apparently, under pain of death, we were to get 6 out of 6.
Yeah.
So not so much a this week.
No.
Absolute. Oh, absolute.
Yeah,
I like that
okay,
tune.
I do, yeah.
That incidentally that we played when we couldn't get Rosa Hoadley straight in live was the tune off of the Uber Eats. I love it, and I
love that. Again, do you see what I mean about those residuals? Yeah. What did you just say?
Uber Eats.
Exactly that
Yeah,
tune
it's the
from
Uber
Uber
Eats
Eats. We are in the We are in Demolition Man.
Yeah. Well, I like.
Have you seen Demolition Man?
That's
Sylvester
Rocky.
Stallone.
Yeah.
and Wesley Snipes. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm familiar with it.
Go watch that film, okay? He is frozen in ice, having beaten Wesley Snipes, who's also frozen in ice. And they wake up in the future.
Ice,
and
baby.
in the future, they have a weird society where everything's like super woke. Everyone's been beaten resoundingly with a woke stick. If you swear, you get tickets and fines. You have to use the toilet and wipe yourself with 3 seashells. And
I don't want to watch this film. It's terrible.
Well, it's got Sandra Bullock in it. It's well worth it. Young Sandra Bullock. What they listen to, he's in the car with them when he first defrosts and they're driving him back. It's like, oh, let's stick on the radio. And they stick on the radio and every channel is playing adverts music.
Yeah. But this
now,
is
I challenge you to listen to the radio and tell me how many of those tunes you hear that are not actually technically advert music.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I did with that tune. You're right, because we do this with all sorts, don't you? You'll hear a soundtrack or an advert and you go, ooh, who's that? And it was Bill Withers, and I quite like a bit of Bill Withers.
I mean,
but I didn't know that, but what a great tune.
Even Eugen Blackrock, and that's another one, like, because someone's listening to my shows. They've been doing this for years, because I'll play something that literally no one would really know about, and then it comes out on an advert. And John Lewis this year have just done an advert with the Postmodern Jukebox, who I've been playing an awful lot on the Driver Radio Show over on fm.fluidrecords.co.uk to listen on demand. Now they're on the John Lewis advert, and there was a car advert earlier this year that had Eugen Blackrock on it, and it's like, where did you find that from? Like, I literally just dropped that a few weeks ago.
People are listening in. Leo, we're running out of time as always. We're going to play some other new music from Ash. We had a write-up in the Cornish, the Cornish Times this week for we haven't. It's coming up in the Cornish Times.
Yep, it's coming up.
We had an interview with him last week with Cameron,
and that's on Facebook right
Yeah,
now. Go
and
check that out.
this is the debut new single from Ash with 2 H's. You can find this on Spotify, obviously all the same platforms. This is a song called Blue. We'll play this back to back with another tune, and then we will come back for let people have a bit of a guess on TrakLink, and we'll be back with the answers. So this is Blue by Ash. See what you make of this one.
Want to get out of bed but can't seem to move. Want to leave the house but can't do so. What a way to go. Not feeling much today. Put on a brave face and make it look like you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. But you make me feel like I'm okay. Bang my head against the wall to feel something new, but I'm left feeling blue. Feeling blue next to you. How can I focus when my mind is in another place? I'm never fully there, and people see that in my face. In my face. But you make me feel somewhat sane. Help me, this is my cry for help me. This is my cry for help me. But you make me feel like I'm okay. But make me feel somewhat sane. But you make me feel like I'm okay. But you make me feel somewhat sane.
God, that's a banger.
Banging track, yep.
Isn't that a great tune?
Absolute banger, man. Reinvented her career, that's for sure.
Yeah, I love a bit of Kylie.
Well, I'm not sure if it was a tune or like the hot pants and the Grace Jones outfit.
Yeah, it was. It was that whole red, kind of very stark,
and white
manic,
as well. It was actually Grace Jones's outfit. I'm not even joking. Much in the same way that Vanilla Ice had MC Hammer's parachute pants.
Brilliant, MC Hammer.
Yeah, but actually, mark that down for next week. We've got to play Vice, as he's now known, Vice, V-Ice.
Yeah.
Ice Ice Baby, the new version.
Okay, we'll play that next week.
Next
week, Leo, you're flying solo.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
Because I am in Cardiff seeing the Mighty Cure.
Yeah, well,
and hoping to get a few words with Bob
what I just
Smith.
said. I'll play whatever the hell I want. It's going to be a fun show next week, people, trust me.
As Bob Smith comes off stage from the Cure, I'm going to go up to him and I'll be like, Neil Walters, a few words for Phluid FM, if you will, Bob. And just see what he says. Wouldn't it be great if he said, yeah, give me a couple of minutes and
well, actually, let's see what happens this time, because last time I flew solo,
or will he be, Leo, too busy doing other things?
Yeah, quite likely. I hear a lot of people are too busy.
I'll tell you what, there's some people in this guy too busy chasing us around like a dog with two tails.
Absolutely.
But that's another kettle of fish.
You know what I always say? Lead, now follow.
Yeah.
Innovate, now imitate.
Exactly that. It is funny.
We are the table.
Yeah, it is funny though, isn't it? What occurs just outside
What's occurring?
What's occurring?
Yeah.
It does make me chuckle. But there you go. We don't like to big ourselves up too much. We're all about helping other people. And this leads us to a big thank you this week to Zoe and Scarlett on the Cornish Times, because we've got a fantastic gig guide. And I said to Scarlett, it's a biggie for Christmas.
It's too big to even fit on the screen.
We need a wide screen, 16:9 proportions. Look at that.
We're on that, baby. We need to go up to HD anamorphic, baby.
Scarlett and Zoe have
surpassed
themselves this week.
Full half-page spread, and massive respect and thanks to you for that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Cheers, guys. And Leo, you're going to read out what's on this weekend then?
Indeed, yes, because we have our December's gig guide, and boy, is it a packed one this month.
Where can I go this weekend?
Ramming this weekend. Okay.
I'm looking for a gig, boy.
Oh, we got gigs, and I'm going to start off with a special gig tomorrow night at JJ's Liscard. Brand new, just open.
Big up to Sean.
Big up Sean. We, and I say that in the royal we, as you said earlier, I shall be down there with our boy.
Hey, I'm going to pop in.
Are you coming down?
Well, I've got to pick Andrea up from a Christmas party at 9, but I'll get an hour in before I go.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone out there in the Liscard area and even beyond, get on down to JJ's, because we will be down there for a very special Vision Live with my boy, my man, Mr. Flex. It's a Flexi Friday. They are back.
Ash has got 2 H's, right? Mr. Flex has gone that one better. He's got 3 X's.
3 X's, baby. It's a Flexi Friday special. You know it. We will be down there. I think we're starting somewhere around, I think it's 7 o'clock.
Not only that, he's a lovely fella, isn't he? We were chatting to him last week. Or earlier this week, in fact.
Yes, yeah, in fact, we were in there the other day and just bumped into him at the bar. It has been a super long time. Last time I saw him was obviously at the Albion, when it was the Albion beforehand.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago, but yeah, massive respect to you for saying hello. So that's your first one tomorrow night at JJ's. Come on down. Like I say, we're going to be streaming live. We'll be recording it as well. That'll be up on the On Demand afterwards. But if you can get down there live, get in there. You're going to be on stream. And if you can't get there, get over to vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. We'll be streaming it live from the venue. Get in the chat rooms. Get involved.
Mucho excitement.
I'm super. I'm proper ready for this one. Yeah. Like, super happy to be doing this. It's been a long time coming, but we are getting on down there. It's going to be a super Flexi Friday. Trust me.
It is until 9 o'clock, and then I've got to go. But
well, yeah.
Not everybody. Everybody else, stay.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a rocking night, man. So we've got that, and then obviously after that, or well, not after that, on Friday we also have Beaker's Lip at the Ship Inn in Lou, Soma at Bar Silo Gallant, Nafco 54 at the Bullers Lou, and Roots Mill
at Pauline at the Bullers.
Yeah, shout out to Pauline. And Roots Mill at the Copley Arms Hessenford. Hessenford. Yeah, sorry, I think
the Copley Arms have got a lot going on.
Yes, well, actually,
music-wise.
This is the thing. Writing up the gig guide, you'll have noticed this. I was writing it up as well for what I'll mention in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of places that have a lot going on at the moment. Hessenford is one of them. It's all going down there. It is lit up there. Saturday, December the 3rd, you have Mo Slim Stompers at the Buller's Loo, Booster at the Social Club Callington. Shout out to you guys. Richard James, Copley Arms, Hessenford again. Yep, and Whiskey Falls at the Social Club Saltash.
Good band, Whiskey Falls.
Yes, and then
not that the others aren't. I'm just saying they are.
Yeah, and that takes us nicely into Sunday, December 4th, which is True Collision at the Buller's Loo, Jolly Roger at the Copley Arms, Hessenford, and that is this weekend. And don't forget, get your copy of the Cornish Times. You'll get your full gig guide that, as you can see, cut me out and keep me. Look, it's even got little dotted lines and everything. Cut me
they
out,
are
keep
good
me
as
on the
gold
fridge.
to us down at the newspaper.
Yes,
are they
indeed,
not?
absolutely fantastic. And if you're out and about and you do want to catch up on the gig guide, then you can check out our website from this weekend onwards. You'll be able to catch up with the gig guide there. So if you're out and about, just jump onto fluidrecords.co.uk. The gig guide will be there, and you can just go, oh, what's on in my area? Boom, right there. Right there in front of you.
Right there in front of you,
Yeah, man,
Leo. As
any
if by
device-
magic the shopkeeper appeared.
Just like all of our services, whether you're streaming video, listening to the radio, interacting on our chat rooms, it works 24/7, 365, any device, anytime, anywhere. No apps, no crap, no cookies. You just get straight in there, off you go.
We're never
at
too busy.
fluidrecords.co.uk.
We'll just
like
get
I
on
say.
with it.
Well, I've been working super hard, haven't I?
Well,
I've
you
been
have.
working super
But
hard.
we're not
getting-
too busy to get out and actually speak to people, which is nice. We've had a great response from everybody.
Well, the
in
beauty
town.
is as well is that they're not too busy to be talking to us either.
No.
You know, they can actually be both listening to Phluid FM, watching Phluid Vision, and cutting our hair at the same time.
We are honestly too good to these people, and they are so good to us. We are going to give out the answer, Leo, are we not? In that golden envelope, it's white. It would be golden if we had a high
Well,
budget.
I was also going to give a shout to Claire and Ian.
What they guessed.
They said, I know the Brian May answer, and it doesn't have any tubes in reference to the amplifier. That is not actually the special thing with the amplifier. I will give you more time to think while we do these answers to the main quiz. And then I'll
there's
reveal the
TrakLink
answer.
answer.
Sorry, a TrakLink, sorry.
Let's just remind ourselves, because you loved me, Celine Dion, I don't want to miss a thing, Aerosmith. If I could turn back time, Cher. Leo, what's the link? Do you think?
It's not what I was going to say, which was weird sexual preferences.
Good.
But
because we are a family show.
Very good.
Oh, I haven't got a clue. Are they all comeback songs? Claire said comeback songs. Are they
they're not all
songs?
comeback songs. And also, I did have a different answer to this, which I think may still be valid, but the actual answer to it is for TrakLink.
All of the singers have also been actors. Cher's been an actor, Celine Dion's been in things, has Tyler been in stuff?
No,
No?
that's mainly his daughter.
Okay.
I mean, he probably has, but no one really wanted him there. No, this is actually.
Oh,
very
hang
good.
on there. Would that be a cameo?
Yeah. It's unusual when
Right.
people cameo in films that they are the main feature of,
Isn't it?
Yeah. This is very good. So well done for this TrakLink. All songs written by Diane Warren. There you go.
Diane. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of the
interesting.
things that I was suggesting, but my suggestion actually was that they have all been soundtracks to movies.
So Diane. Okay.
If
so
I could
Diane
turn
Warren
back
wrote
time,
all
was
those
the soundtrack
songs.
to a movie. I don't want to miss a thing was obviously the soundtrack to. You're doing it again.
Sorry. I love that
I
tune.
like that.
It's the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
You got some downtime, Leo. Ding 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 ding. Sorry.
Armageddon was obviously Don't Want to Miss a Thing, and the Celine Dion one, well, who cares? It's Celine Dion. So I can't say I'm a fan. But yeah, that's a great TrakLink, really good. Very, very cool. And we don't have any more answers to the Brian May one. So the thing with Brian May, obviously the guitar was a custom build. So is the amp. The amp is known as the Deaky, and it was built by... Any guesses? The Deaky? John Deacon, the bassist of Queen.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
built out of parts that were rescued from a skip. or probably
So was
multiple
Celine
skips.
Dion.
Yes, basically, yes. So I hear. But yeah,
Is that
like,
the TrakLink? Have I won a prize?
yeah,
No.
you've won one of the stickers.
Yay.
Yeah, but no, it was the DK amp, and there has been an awful lot of research into trying to reproduce the sound of that amp, both physically and in emulation. And apparently, it's really hard to do. It's probably because it's made of like tuppence halfpenny crap out of a skip.
And so is Celine Dion. Oh, sorry, we've done that gag.
Yeah.
Right, I've got nothing more to say on this show, Leo. So I think we're done. Have you got anything else you would like to say before we bid a fond farewell to our lovely listeners and viewers out there, to Claire and Ian, to Dawn Lee, everybody else who's listening in that didn't get into the chat room, to Bazza, to Rosa Hoadley for coming on.
Thank you very much, Rosa.
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you for bearing with us about every single one of those we've done. We've had one thing that's been a little bit funky, but we came through in the end. Thank you so much, Rosa, for joining us. We hope to have you back again real soon.
Yeah, you're flying solo next week. The
Yep.
week after that, we are just going to do our regular radio show, I think.
Yes.
And the week after that, can you Adam and Eve it, is the end of season 2 with our 22nd of December Thursday Christmas party,
Yes.
where we'll have, I think Scarlett is coming in, Jack is coming in. The launch of season 3 is going to be phenomenal. I think I'm going to get rid of the trumpeter because I think we're going to bring in a whole brass ensemble because it's going to be awesome.
Yes, we're going to have some new features. We're going to have new stuff. Like it's going, like, you know, what it's like on this show. We're always pushing something new, pushing the boundaries.
We're
going to have a lot of new stuff. We're going to have new features, new guests.
I wonder how other people might respond to that, Leo.
Well, I mean, there's only one way they can do is just
Keep running.
jump on that bandwagon, baby. There's a tune out there called Bandwagon Blues. I think a few people should be listening to that. Shout outs, John B.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to.
Well, I mean, I would say as well, don't forget that you can help support us, like I say, at fluidrecords.co.uk/join the crew, or by buying some of our merch at fluidrecords.co.uk/merch. If you want to catch up on any of our shows, you can do that at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk and fm.fluidrecords.co.uk. We've got all of our on-demand service there. You can tune in anywhere, anytime, any device, 24/7 to both
like
video.
Martini.
Yeah, well, I mean, the video stream's up and running 24/7, 365 now on Phluid Vision, and our radio stream is up 24/7, 365 when I don't mess it up like I did at the beginning of this show. And you can check it out, like I say, just go onto the website, fm.fluidrecords.co.uk, vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. From this weekend onwards, fluidrecords.co.uk will be your main place to go. That one place, that one link that you need to go to find everything. Please don't forget to feed the head of algorithm. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You can find us on Facebook at Phluid Records, on YouTube at Phluid Records, Instagram at Phluid Records, Twitch, twitch.tv/Phluid Vision.
So much going on.
We've got tons going on. We've got a nice run up to Christmas. We've got a few little extra bounteous features like our Christmas party.
Yeah,
and
Vision
don't
Extra.
forget, especially don't forget tomorrow night, Mr. Flex live from JJ's Listcard, the first of hopefully many shows that we will be bringing to you live and direct from JJ's. I'm hoping I might have myself maybe a little Saturday night or something down there soon as well. So it's going to be absolutely awesome to catch up with Mr. Flex. It's going to be a fantastic show tomorrow night. But last minute, but we'll do our best. And
And don't log out just yet, because we're going to play out with a fantastic version of a song that you may recognise. You may not have heard this version. Claire is going to come in and Ian and go, yeah, I know this. It's a band called Apocalyptica. I won't give you the name of the song. You will know it.
well, one song that you won't have heard a version of is Learn to Fly by Undercover Dungarees and Alternative Spoons from Rock Project Plymouth. That will be out on Saturday. The music video will be exclusively available at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. We'll be streaming it from 7, and also it will be available on demand. So make sure you tune in for that.
And good night, one and all.
Thank you very much. This is Apocalyptica.